Good morning, friends, and welcome to How to Survive the Next Pandemic and the War of the Great Day of God the Almighty. Now, if you've been following world events, probably just recently is suffice, but over the last few decades, if not the last 100 years, you'll notice things have gotten progressively worse. And there's a Bible prophecy that pinpoints 1914 as the start of the last days. And to really back up that prophecy, that time log, Jesus gave us some signs, as well as the Apostle Paul in his letter to Timothy also gave us some signs as well. So in Matthew chapter 24, Jesus' disciples asked him when would be the conclusion of the system of things. And he answered them and said that the nation would rise against nation, so there'd be wars, there would be pestilence, there would be famines, people would hand you over to tribulation. The love of people would cool off, so people wouldn't have this natural affection for one another. An interesting one too is in verse 14 of 24, where it talks about the kingdom, good news being preached in all the inhabited earth. So yes, when you put all those things together, you can definitely see those things happening. But also, interestingly, in 2 Timothy chapter 3, and I'll read some of it straight from the Bible, because it's quite interesting, and it's just about the attitudes of people in the last days. And so it starts off, so 2 Timothy chapter 3, we start off in verse 1, and reads, "But know this, that in the last days, critical times hard to deal with will be here. For men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, haughty, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, disloyal, having no natural affection, not open to any agreement, slanderers, without self-control, fierce, without love of goodness, betrayers, headstrong, puffed up with pride, lovers of pleasures rather than lovers of God." And here's a really interesting point too in verse 5, "having an appearance of godliness, but proving false to its power." So yeah, and then there's a scripture in Revelation as well, which I think is a very interesting one, because it's only been in the last 100 years we've really started to rape the earth, take everything from it, really ruin it with our mining, our constant thirst for resources, and for the elites and the big end of town, the big multinational companies making loads of money. But yeah, Revelation 11:18 says that God would bring to ruin those ruining the earth. And so yeah, quite an interesting prophecy, because possibly 100 years ago you could have said, no, that's not happening, but now we can definitely see it. We are definitely ruining the earth. So yeah, that's just, I just thought I'd highlight. And there's many other prophecies as well, and many other signs to look to see we're at the end of this system of things. But yeah, one day I'll give a bit more detailed look into how 1914 was pinpointed. And but yeah, I hope they give you a bit of insight to where we are in the stream of time, and to maybe that can help you to look to God and read His Word, the Bible, and find out the truth. So yeah, and obviously to survive that great day, that war of the great day of God the Almighty. So as usual, we're going to finish with a bit of music, and I've got some Eddie Vedder. It's from the soundtrack Into the Wild. One of my favourite songs.